Looks like I'm gonna have to jump. Well, now that we actually can jump, the game becomes a lot easier to actually get stuff done, and it picks up a lot of speed because the challenge is no gliding. This is gliding. If you press triangle in the middle of your glide, you'll drop like that. And in this game, since I have to run pretty close to the edge of things if I want to make these jumps, I will sometimes actually jump after I've walked off the ledge, like this. Instead of jumping after you fall off the ledge, you'll start gliding. Because it normally won't get me anywhere, I'm not going to sweat too much about it, but if it does get me somewhere, then I'll probably just jump down and try it again, because gliding is not allowed even in that form. Also, Spyro jumps and charges in mid-air. It's faster, and it's the way to cover distance if you're not gliding. And another thing, if you jump, because Spyro has the ability to jump, charge, and then glide, if you charge, jump while charging, and then press X again, you sort of do this double jump style thing. That, right there. That's not allowed. It will get me across gaps that even gliding would be absolutely necessary. So I'm not going to do that, because it counts as gliding. It's really not a double jump or a little bounce. It's gliding for a second there. And this is a jump you normally need to glide. It's the first example of breaking all conception. Oh, 100 out of 100. That's all the gems for the Artisan homeworld, and consequently, everything in the homeworld. We also have Stone Hill that has an incomplete total, so let's go ahead and take care of that real quick. You remember Stone Hill as the level that we got actually pretty much a lot of things for not being able to jump in. And this level... Okay, Ram. Actually, jumping in this game actually kind of makes it really, really easy. I don't think this is a good enough challenge. I don't think I want to play in a game where the challenge is so meager and easily replicated. So I'm going to kill myself. Does failure at failure count as success? Anyway, we have a golden key down here, and maybe for the first time I'll actually get to use it. This little hidden beach down here really trips you out as a kid. What am I doing? This is hardly even a challenge, because with jumping and everything, the gaps are always clearable. It just doesn't look like it. I'm killing myself. I'm drowning myself in the well. Well. Oh, we actually get to use the key too. Every key has a lockbox, and every lockbox has a key. You just have to go and find them. And this dragon somehow ended up at the bottom of this well.
Watch the dragonfly, Spyro. His color indicates his power. When he eats butterflies, he stays strong. Like me.
Sure.
He also stays stuck at the bottom of a well because there's no way he's actually fitting out of this thing. And we've collected everything from those other two pathways. And you'll remember this level as the level that had a tower in it. And these guys aside, here is the bulk of the glideless challenge. These jumps here. See those gems? I'm going to jump to them without gliding. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to charge, jump, wait good 3 or 4 seconds, and then charge again. Let's see how that works out. Yeah, Spyro doesn't even believe me. Well, that was close. Sparks actually got one of the gems, which is all I expected to get from that the first time I played through this. I've actually gone pretty far in the glideless challenge, at least through the parts I'm about to be playing for you. So, if I seem knowledgeable beyond my own inspirations, it's because I am. That guy can hit you pretty much anywhere. Their range is incredible. And this jump, speaking of range, incredible range, can actually be cleared but you have to charge pretty much until... There we go with that. You pretty much have to charge until after you have left the platform. Then jump, while still charging, let go of charge. It's a very complicated process. Timing is very well needed. Yeah, like that. Surprised I got that so soon. And this area here is where you trip out as a child, because, well, I did anyway. Because you never expect, being raised on games like Crash Bandicoot, to just waltz up to the border of a level and start running around on it, and it be intended. It just didn't happen to me. And we can't actually go under these hills forever, because invisible walls. Don't be alarmed, we're not in some virtual reality simulation thing. Well, sort of, we are playing a video game, but no, this doesn't apply into the plot, it's just PS1 restrictions. And because we are a dragon, let us rain terror on this castle. Just like good old medieval times, right, Spyro? And I think that's every gem up here. It's actually a pretty expansive area up here, so it's very easy to get lost and forget an gem. Normally, if you see a bunch of trees, you want to run towards it, because that's where everything is hidden, except for this one crate out in the middle of nowhere. That is actually the last one. We've got every gem here without having to glide. Isn't it great? And these guys. These piles of blue towel run around pretty fast, and you just have to run up and charge them. And you get their dragon egg. They've stolen. Along with gems and the collected dragons, those are the 3 collectibles in Spyro the Dragon. And since we're so close, I don't even bother going to the menu. We can just charge into the exit level from here. And I like how the range on the exit barrier goes up, so you don't actually have to stand on it. Well, that's one step closer towards an even gem total. And we'll find our next step closer inside Dark Hollow. This level, we barely even cracked into the egg that is this level, because there are ledges so close to the beginning. Here we go. Let me pull out my flashlight, it's so dark to see here. Like right here, we've got already a lockbox, but you remember we have the key, but it actually goes away every time we exit the level. And this guy carries a big stick, but does not walk so softly. He is a Nork warrior, and he is a big enemy, so we actually can't charge him. We have to flame him, and he drops a gem. Out of. Take care of these soldiers. And here's the first dragon. Technically the first dragon. Dark Hollow.
Oh, it's you! I wasn't sure if you'd escape those annoying little creatures. Of course they wouldn't bother me, but here's a hint. Metal armor is fireproof, but a charge attack will take care of them.
Of course, bodies are also not fireproof. Not fireproof. And this guy actually dropped a 1-up, so I'm going to go back and get that. And I'm in desperate need of some fodder here, so let's burn open this bullfrog. And continue on. We actually have to go and recollect that key right quick, because we can actually make it back up the staircase. Step case. And we can actually just fake these guys out. So it's going to be sort of a pacifist run for a few seconds here. I'll probably just kill them on the way back, so. Get the last key, well, only key. And make sure we use it before we exit the level. Keys will not... Oh no. Keys will not respawn every time you leave the level. Only if you haven't actually used them. Same with the chests. There we go. And I'll probably just burn this guy. Oh no! Such a big belly. There we are. And lockboxes usually are worth going out of your way to get the key and actually turn it in, because there's normally a lot of gems in here. Relative lot of gems. Because it's the first world and everything, there's like 12 in there. Great stuff. Oh no, a blockade. have an example of destructible environments. Story time. The official Spyro the Dragon strategy guide states that these platforms here will actually grow 3 or 4 inches outwards if you flame these. Clearly that's not the truth, but by lighting those, we're supposedly supposed to get a better look at these jumps because they're so hard to make. Even with the ability to glide, somehow you would mess that up every single time. I can actually almost make it back up that gap. And of course, symmetrical level, we gotta do it on both sides here. And the last enemies of the level, we're just about through. They can throw like 12,000 of these guys in a row and still not be any danger to us. This arena is a battleground. 3 species enter, 1 species leave. This is 1 species leaves. That's just the dragons. They're pretty much the best guys. And speaking of the best guys, they decorate the home exits with 6 more gems. And the last dragon, Darius.
Big enemies like this Gnorc with the club cannot be charged, but a quick flame, that should defeat them.
So glad they told us that at the end of the level. Also, Gnorc, that she is not silent. And that's actually the end of Dark Hollow. 63 gems will put us slightly closer to the end result of a even 0-0 total for our gems. And that last step in that puzzle would be to complete the last regular world for the Artisan homeworld, Town Square. Town Square, if you recall, we did not progress at all. Because there are steps at the beginning of the level. So there's a lot of progress to be made here. And, like any good level, we're going to start off with a nearly impossible jump. First, Nils.
Welcome to Town Square, Spyro. Begin exploring by gliding to that area with the bulls. Use the L2 and R2 buttons to get a good look.
Nils backwards is Slyn, and there's my good look. You'll notice that this level is inaccessible for a lot of it, because this jump cannot be made without gliding or even with gliding, so we've got a dragon, some gems, and a bull up there. But first let's tackle this. It's not as hard as the jump in Stone Hollow, so we can actually make it. These guys are El Toros, and not only can we flame them, they will just die, but if we charge them, they will get stuck up on their horns, where we can leave them to slowly starve to death, or we can do the humane thing and burn them alive. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And what better to reward our wits and impossible jumps with another impossible jump. This jump is actually much harder. I'm so very surprised I made it the first time. And they reward us even further with another impossible jump that has the risk of death. Yes, that water is actually one-hit kill because we can't jump out of it anyway. Why would they let us flounder around like some drowned victim? Well, that wasn't so hard at all. They reward us with a continue point this time. Nilved.
Thanks, Spyro. I had the worst itch on the tip of my wing. Oh, did you know that you get your longest glides by pressing X at the very top of your jump?
These guys aren't going to catch on, are they? Anyway, we've got another El Toro and a Torador. This little Spaniard tries to outrun the bull, but of course... Oh, he actually manages for a few seconds. So we have a choice here. We can take out the Toro or the Torador first and see the results. Let's go ahead and take out the Torador first here. And the bull will just come after us, or keep running in a circle, so we can actually chase him. And I like leading up on the horns because Not only does it make a good scene when you walk back through the level, these bulls are jerks, so... Oh, let's see the other results. Let's burn the Toro first, and the Toro repays us by punching us in the face. That's not very honorable of him. And you can see we've already reached the end of the level. And the last dragon, and a few more gems here. Oh, I need to take care of these chickens. The fodder in this game is actually respawning for the most part, so there's no excuse really to die in this level. There's a dragon egg thief right over there. And if we were able to glide, we could glide around this corner and actually take care of him. Because we can't, and we won't, we don't because we wanna actually make it over there. So we have to continue on, take care of this last dragon, leave this dragon even behind, and exit the level. Ravla.
Spyro, did you see a man dressed in blue running around here? He's a thief, and he's stolen a dragon egg. You've got to track him down and get that egg. Run! Run! I'm getting a little winded.
I gotta think that was a ad-lib on that voice actor's part. We actually can't jump on these fountains. If we could, we might be able to actually make it up there. Oh well. Exit home. Actually, because we did bother to return home in the return home portals for these worlds, we've actually, if you remember... Whoa. Okay, nice. If you remember, we had to open the dragon mouth. When you come out of Archway, you come out gliding, so I don't count that as gliding, because it's just a falling animation, really. There's some style involved, sure, but, I mean, how cool is that? Toasty. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Portal. Work. You notice this says confronting Toasty, because Toasty is not a description of the level, it's the name of a boss. And what a boss he is. He's pretty toasty. Gems hidden behind you at the beginning of the start, think they're so clever. So we have a shepherd, and a clearly German shepherd here. These are sleeping dogs. They are asleep, and they are jerks because they are 2-hit kill enemies. You wake them up, roll out of the way, and hit them again. It's the old 1-2. And there are other ways to take care of this. Like, if you are at the right distance away and you just mash the flame button, you can hit them twice very quickly. You can't charge them, so don't even try. They will belly flop you, squish you, and you can hit them on the way back. Or you can do my favorite. Well, that's not exactly my favorite, but it's basically just walking out of the way. Let's see if we can try it on this one here to take care of his owner first. Just flame, walk away, walk back. I like things on all fours versus things on all fours in video games. But you're supposed to be doing the roll out of the way. It's the only use this move ever gets. I guess that's why they took it out of this game, is because it's so... Well, for all the sequels, they took it out. Only Spyro game you can actually do that in, because it's basically useless. So, let's just jump out the window 1 second and see what we have over here. A very sneaky sleeping dog. Thinks he can... Oh no! He actually can. And I'm so low on health, which is of note because in boss levels, there are no fodder. There are no way to restore your health except for dying, and I don't plan on dying because it's the first boss. Every world has one boss. It sort of follows the same pattern each world. 3 regular levels, a boss. And most boss levels only have 1 dragon. 1 continue point.
Nasty Nork has put one of his most devious henchmen in charge of the Artisan world.
Bring him on. I think I smell a barbecue.
Be careful, Spyro. This boss has many tricks up his sleeve.
That's not all he has up his sleeve. That is Toasty. He is a scarecrow pumpkin head with a very nice, very big hat. And he also has a guard dog. Well, let's see. Wait a second. That sounded awfully like a sheep. Oh, and this is pretty much the greatest thing ever. This is my childhood right here. Love that so much. So satisfying. Well, let's see what he does here. Oh. Hey. I thought so. It's just a sheep on stilts. And there's actually no way to get all three of these in a pile, so it's not as satisfying. Way to drop the ball on that one. And, let's see here. There we go. Very easy boss, very first boss. So, and they give us the return home portal right here. So with these last few gems, that's actually everything we can collect in the Artisan world. So, after a quick return home, we actually get to pay a little visit to Marco the Balloonist and see what the rest of the game has in store for us. See our results here. We've actually got mostly 100%, except for the town square, which we only got about half the gems and are missing one dragon in. First, let's murder a few sheep. Destroy a few flowers. There we go. And let's check my life. Oh, I think that's pretty good. That's a sign from the game. Just move along. Well, I think we've collected enough dragons for your fancy. Have faith in us, please. Oh, I like Peacekeeper. I like jumping on his head too.